What's up, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Ashili Sports and welcome back to Ashili Sports. And today is another episode of player rating, Chelsea player rating, and we are going into it. And we could just be rating the players against Liverpool in the FA Cup semi finals. And we all know how things are being done here, and we all know how we rate players here when it comes to Chelsea match. Probably the time will come, we'll be extending it to the all other teams. But as we are moving on to what we say, sorry guys, to what we say, player rating, and yesterday was another episode of performance, or Saturday was another episode of performance. Chelsea put out their best, but hey, it wasn't enough to just lift the trophy for Chelsea. And guys, remember, after this match, I couldn't even able to do post-match reaction of this because something did really happen and I wasn't happy with that. Chelsea got every right and every opportunity to pick this trophy. But do you know why? Do you know why they didn't? That is why we're going to go on today and we'll be discussing why Chelsea could not pick that trophy and why for two trophies this season, Chelsea failed to lift the trophy, any of them this season. And this is what we are. And we are going trophyless in England this season. And that is another something that is worrying. Who to be blamed in this section? Who to be blamed? Let me know in the comment section and let me know your opinions and suggestions going into this game because Newcastle United and Arsenal will also be playing later today. And what we do, we will be doing watch along with that game as well. And guys, thank you very much for joining. And if you are new, subscribe and be part of this amazing community where your opinions and suggestions are highly, highly, highly welcome. Today is just another day that we just need to go in and rate these players based on their performance and based on what they put out in this game. Chelsea, as I said, had every opportunity to win this trophy, but they bottled it in once again. The issues we're going to deal with, is it the problem of the coach? Is it the coach to be blamed? Or is the players to be blamed? Let me know your opinions and suggestions as we go along. And hey, that was absolutely amazing performance Chelsea put out. But once again, questions should be asked. Who is responsible for Chelsea not utilizing our opportunities? Is it going to be the coach or is going to be the players? Let me know because it's going to be a discussion and it's going to be discussion that we will be talking on. And as long as we're talking, we'll be rating the players based on the performance of the match. And we do it every match except last match. I couldn't do it because I wasn't free and I wasn't able to do it. And I did apologize in one of my videos. What an amazing day and what an absolute day and things we are going to do today. And guys, we are going to start with who? We're going to start with the management. Absolutely. So the management in the build-up of the game and everything, they have every opportunity to excite the players and go on to make the effort, to make a lot of effort to just excite the players to perform their best. Probably they did it right because in the performance of Chelsea, I realized like everything was on track for Chelsea. But hey, failing to score is the name of Chelsea at this moment. Failing to utilize our chances is the name of Chelsea this moment. And I don't know who to be blamed. Is it the forward line? Absolutely. We need to. Is it the midfielders? Absolutely. Is it defenders? No, because defenders are doing their work perfectly by not conceding. But midfielders and also forward lines need to combine together to create spaces and to be able to give us the goals we need. But this game was another episode of Chelsea bottling again. And this time, no mercy for anyone and no mercy for anyone. We are going to rate each player here Individually, performance, we did perform very well. The performance, everyone sees that Chelsea really performed very well because we didn't get ball possession. Liverpool didn't even allow Chelsea to start ball in the defensive phase because they knew perfectly that if Chelsea start ball in the defensive phase, we could be hurting them because that is where we build from going forward. But they were just standing in front of defenders, not to allow Chelsea to move or to build from defense. And we find ourselves fumbling. We find ourselves finding it very difficult to gain ball possession in that. And look at every game Chelsea play, we are owning the possession. But against Liverpool, against Manchester City, it's just zero. It's just zero. We don't get the ball possession as well. We just try to do one or two things to be able to just go in and get counter attacking and create spaces. Yes, the plan was working for Thomas Tuchel as at then. Plan was working for him absolutely, but players' responsibility to score the goals failed. Because how many chances Chelsea created in this game? They created a lot of chances, but failed to just go in and make it a reality. Make it a reality by scoring goals, but they failed. Yes, Thomas Tuchel did his best. He has been able to put the tactics out there. It was working, but we didn't score our goals. What do you think, guys? And what do you think about these guys? What do you think about Thomas Tuchel performance? Yes, during the game, he was able to bottle it in because the substitution he made, removing Lukaku, was a big mistake. If you are removing a striker, make sure you are bringing in a striker. And probably he thought, I don't know what was his reason. And at a point, even Van Dijk got out of the game. And I think Thomas Tuchel could have bring in a striker to complement the game so that we could be able to get more. No, he removed Lukaku and brought in a midfielder. Why? Why? Because he thought if it goes to penalties, you will win it or what? Absolutely no. No, and no, and no, and no. And Mount and the Capitano himself. Yes, the Capitano penalty, we can excuse him for that because he has hit bar and it's normal. It's normal to miss penalty. Penalty can disgrace world-class players. Absolutely. You don't need to blame the players. Absolutely. If we had win the game, probably in the second half that we created a lot of chances than other and even half chances in the first half. Probably that could have been a winner for Chelsea. But no, Chelsea just go in and bottle it in, thinking like we could be able to make it a massive win for ourselves. But that wasn't the ideal, and that wasn't the ideal or the plan that they were planning to just go on. But hey, we need to go on and rate our players, and we need to go on and rate the players as we move on. But if you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this game because it's just amazing and absolutely beautiful game that we could have just win it. Chelsea had every right. Chelsea had every right to win this game, but hey, bottling is always the problem because we bottle games too much. Even at our home, we can't be sure. And even the two games remaining, Chelsea players we can't be sure. Chelsea fans are not certain. They are not certain of what is really going on. For sure, let me know what you think and let me know your opinions going to this game because it is Chelsea we are really talking about. It is absolutely Chelsea we are talking about, and we are talking about Chelsea here, and the performance is not looking good. The performance is not looking good at all. What do you think, guys? Let me know your comment section before we go on to rate the players as well, because you all know how we do it. You all know how we do it and how we do it here. And whoever the car fits, let them wear it and let them wear it. And let me know your opinions going into this game because it is what it is. Absolutely what it is. And who could just be going on to make it a massive deal for Chelsea because last game wasn't just great. Let's start with the goalkeeper himself. Yes, Edward Mendy once again. Hey, Edward Mendy. Absolutely. This goalkeeper, probably, as I said it, for the past few days, he has been suffering a lot. Yes, he has been suffering a lot as well because he has been conceding a lot. And last Saturday game was something that he probably did some massive saves for Chelsea, one-on-one saves for Chelsea, but it wasn't enough to players couldn't take the responsibility or strikers couldn't take the responsibility to get a goal for Chelsea to just win it once. And at a point in the penalty kick out, he was able to save the last penalty for Chelsea. That's the number 5 penalty from Mane. From Mane. Mendy was able to save that penalty, but hey, it wasn't something that we needed to just, it wasn't enough because our players bottled it in. For him to save penalty and for him to also just save some one-on-one, how am I even going to put it? Some one-on-one ball with some players. Probably he needs to be applauded for, and he needs to be applauded for because no, sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes some people think standing on the goalpost is just all about goalkeeping, but probably his organization and the way he communicates with players, I think, has been absolutely massive. But hey, I am giving him 6 out of 10, guys. I'm giving him 6 out of 10. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section because you are the sole responsibility of this. And Mendy has done perfectly well last year on Saturday game, and I think he could probably need to applaud for that game because if I were the one, probably I could do also the same story here. And let's see how things could be working out for him coming to these 2 games remaining. Do you think Chelsea will maintain the 4th position as well? Because hey, we are still looking busy and we are still looking like we are not comfortable on our ways. But hey, let's see how things could just be working for sure, and let's see how things are gonna work for sure. Because at this moment, we need to just go in and make things work. We need to go in and make things work for ourselves, and this is why we are the Blues. This is why we are Blues, and this is why we need to just go in and make it a massive deal. I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but hey, something must be, and something must be going on for all of us. And guys, the Edward Mendy 6 out of 10, I think, is fair enough for all of us, and it's fair for us to go in and make it a massive deal here. And hey, let's go in to the defenders as well, because the defenders are also the guys that we need to. And who should we go for? We are going to go for no other defender, guys. Let me know in the comment section. No other defender, but who should we go for? Because in the defensive line, the back 3 is still there. Let's go for who? Chaluba. Chaluba was the one who actually started, and I preached for him to actually start this game. He came on and he probably did something better for himself. And I said it, anyone who could stop Luis Diaz was Chaluba. And Chaluba really dealt with Luis Diaz in there, and we couldn't see him much in the game. We couldn't see, even though there was a couple of flashes of him, the guy is so good. But for Chaluba to stand on board and make it a massive deal for us, then probably I think Chaluba really did massively well in the game. And what do you think his rating should be? Diaz had plenty of joy exploiting the space between Chaluba and James in the opening 15 minutes of the match, but the former Laurent Loni provided a crucial clearance. Guys. He provided a crucial clearance by the Chelsea goal line and performed better when attacking the ball early. He performed better when attacking the ball early. A match like the Carabao Cup final grew into the game, and probably it didn't actually get worse for Chelsea. Chelsea did perform very. It was just the goal in, because we all know what Liverpool stand for this season. Liverpool stand for this season, we all know. But hey, at this point, I think Chaluba did perfectly well in the game, and I'm giving him also 6 out of 10. I could even give him 6.5 out of 10 because he really dealt with Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz was useless in the game, even though there was a couple of flashes of him. But if you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section, because it is what it is. Absolutely massive player. Guys, who is next? Who should we go next? Because if we start with Chaluba, we need to start the defender. We need to talk about the defender general himself. Absolutely. Defender general himself. He is just absolutely class and class of a defender. And the way this man, I can't call him boy, the way this man was able to calm the defense, was able to do amazing thing, stopping balls and all that, probably you could understand why I call him defender general, because Thiago Silva is just an amazing defender at his age. He's still doing a lot of good works in the defensive area. Pick up an early knock during the Chaloba crucial clearance, but soon regain his confidence, still regains his momentum, and since regain his momentum and around Sadio Mane with the ball. Absolutely typical of Thiago Silva. What a guy he is. Typical of Thiago Silva, composed himself against any challenges that came from Liverpool. He was able to deal with it in the front line and even show a 10 of pace. A 10 of pace to slow Diaz in his track late in the second period of the game. We all know what he really did over there, and we all know what he really did absolutely, and we could just be buzzing for him to go on to make that massive deal for ourselves. And Thiago Silva, I'm giving him 6.5 out of 10 in this game. Believe me, he is still reigning, and I think Chelsea could still give him another contract of his own. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section and let me know what you think about the game and who should be blamed in this loss. Probably you can, majority of the blame should go to the players and minority of the blame should go to Thomas Tuchel, because Thomas Tuchel's selection, his substitution, removing Lukaku and bringing in midfielder was a massive mistake. And even when Van Dijk went out, he should have bring on a striker for sure, so that we'll see how, because we needed that goal. But he thought when it gets to penalty, probably we could just be buzzing because the other penalties was just goalkeepers. Not knowing it's going to be total different for Chelsea. But I don't know his mentality of doing that then. But hey, he has to explain himself out. But it is already gone. Chelsea has, so we don't need any explanation at this moment. But what we need to do is, moving forward, what should we do? Let's reform the team, guys, because it is amazing club, and we can't afford to be losing three consecutive times in FA Cup, and we have lost everything. This is unlike Chelsea. And it is never seen before. It's never seen before, guys. And that is why I'm saying that we need to reform the club, and we need to reform it and go back to our own ideology. I think that way it will be better for us to get on and make it a massive deal as well. So who should we go next? It should be no other person but the man himself, Rudiger. Yes, we need to go for Rudiger, guys. What do you think about Rudiger performance last Saturday? What do you think about him? Because this guy, Chelsea is losing him in this summer. He is already on his way to Madrid, and it is unstoppable at this moment. No one can stop it because he is just on his way. And now Chelsea is the team. Blue is the color. Rudiger, we are missing him already. But yesterday game, another solid defensive, spectacular and outstanding of Rudiger. Little of Liverpool's threat came down his side of the back three. Serious, little. Like, I didn't see any problem in his side at all. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section. Then that's why I'm saying that we are already missing Rudiger. We are already missing him in the defensive area, unless we get someone who is strong enough, who has that mentality over there to make it a massive deal for sure. And hey, Rudiger, for me, I'm giving him 10. I said 10, 7 out of 10. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section and let me know what you really think about the game, because it is what it is. If you get it, try to get it. If you don't get it, just do it what it says. But hey, it is massive, massive, massive turnaround. And I think this was just massive, massive game for these two sides. And I think it should be this should be going on, and it should be a massive, massive deal for both sides. And whoever the car fit, let them wear it and let them wear it, because this game wasn't the game I was expecting. But hey, it is what it is, and I probably grew to understand, and I probably grew to understand that this was something that we needed to go on and make it happen. But hey, let's get on and let's go on and tell Rudiger 7 out of 10. I think is being fair enough, and is being fair enough. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section as well. Now we need to go on and take another defender, which is the wing backs, our wing backs as well, because these wing backs, they are really, really doing perfectly well, particularly, hey, the right wing back, Reece James. Guys, what do you think about Reece James in the match yesterday? What do you think about him? Because yesterday so did quite perfectly, and hey, he was also included in dealing with Luis Diaz as well, and Robertson couldn't do much in the game as well because of Reece James. And hey, these guys are really, 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 really did very well, but it wasn't enough to win Chelsea that trophy. Now, took some time to work out his position along with Chalobah in the opening period, but hey, brought most of Chelsea's threat on the on the right back. Yes, most of the threat came over there, and hey, he really was buzzing. And alongside with Mason Mount, I think they were spectacular. Show his physical. We always know when it comes to physicality, hey, you can't deal with Reece James. And Reece James' physicality with his talent is crucial for Chelsea. And a lot of the teams are identifying that our threat comes from this area. So they try to stop him. But hey, this guy is unstoppable. And yesterday was another massive performance by him. And I'm giving him 6 out of 10. What do you think about his performance as well, guys? Let me know in the comment section and let me know what you think about it, because it is what it is and it is absolutely what it is. And as I said, Newcastle United and Arsenal game will be coming on your way as well. So we could be buzzing and we could be buzzing on that game. And I am just a master architect here. And I am just master architect to make it happen for all of us. Come on, guys. This is absolutely beautiful and absolutely massive for all of us to go in and make it a great point here and make it a massive point here. But hey, it is what we are and it is what we can do. And now let's go on and talk about, hey, guess who? Let's go on and talk about who else? The left wing back, Marcos Alonso. Marcos Alonso. Guys, what do you think about Marcos Alonso in the game? Because Marcos Alonso yesterday was so spectacular. Marcos Alonso was the guy that I think could probably do it and could probably make a massive deal for himself yesterday, and he could probably got that goal for Chelsea. Hitting the bar was something that we were looking out for a goal, but hey, it wasn't just enough to give us that goal, and he really performed very, very well. And in both defensive phase and forward phase yesterday, I see Marcos Alonso trying to take the trophy before he leaves Chelsea, because we all know that he might also be leaving Chelsea because of family issues. So his family wants him to, or his family wants him to return to Spain as well, because he's national over there. He has been out for quite a long time, and he has been doing his service for Chelsea for quite a number of times. And you cannot say nothing much, because good speed to top Mohamed Salah in his track yesterday. Absolutely. And during the threatening Liverpool counter, and was threatening in the Liverpool box too. I told you, both defensive and offensive wise, he was absolutely spectacular on that game. And guys, it is what it is. We have already lost the game and we have already lost the trophy. But the blame we need to blame majority of our offensive players and then the midfielders, because they probably need to do the scoring and the creativity for us, but none of them are not able to. And I'm going to repeat it again. I don't want midfield. I probably heard some Chelsea fans talking about bringing in Billy Gilmore and not buying a midfielder. Billy Gilmore is still the same thing like Jorginho. They don't shoot forward. They don't like try to get balls and shoot from distance to score goals for us. We don't see that from them, and it's just going to be that possession ball without threat to your opponent. And hey, Tokimani, and also we need somebody like Tokimani and Declan Rice. Those guys could just be able to shoot balls and able to score long shots for us, because when teams are defending, we find it very, very difficult as well to battle on and make it a massive deal. And hey, Marcus Alonso, I'm giving him 7 out of 10. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section and let me know what you really think about this game as well. And now let's get into the midfield and let's go on and talk about our midfielders. And who should we go first, guys? Because we are just absolutely massive game from these two. And I think Chelsea is just a master architect of the game, but failed to score goals is always the problem. And this guy, Mateo Kovacic, who we probably thought couldn't get playing time or couldn't be able to play the game, he came on with injury. He is not yet fit yet, but because we have a lot of injuries at hand, he has to play this game, and he did spectacular, very, very well for Chelsea in the midfield area yesterday. But just that on Saturday, but just that it wasn't enough, and it wasn't absolutely enough to get Chelsea on board. He struggled to dominate the midfield in the early stages during his unexpected start, but still managed on an excellent tackles on Sadio Mane outside the Chelsea box to show he was still up to speed, everything in the game. And I think entirely he was just good. He was just good entirely. And I can't say he was spectacular. He was good, and he was good. And let me know what you think about it as well. And let me know your opinions going into his performance yesterday. And believe it or not, we are going to make it a master architect here. And hey, I'm giving him 6 out of 10. Mateo Kovacic, I'm giving him 6 out of 10. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section and let me know what you think about it, because they are part of the midfielders and the creativity is not going on well. And also, strikers are not scoring. So I'm blaming strikers and midfielders, even though Thomas Tuchel needs to be blamed partly for removing Lukaku without bringing in a striker on the match. But hey, generally, we all know how things are working and we all know how things could be. And let's go on to man themselves. Tiki-taka, one-touch Jorginho. I probably think Jorginho was just spectacular on this game. Jorginho was just amazing, massive performance from this our midfielder yesterday, and on Saturday, and he probably needed to just go on and make it a massive deal for himself. But hey, unfortunately, it wasn't enough for all of us to enjoy the win as well. Covered plenty of Wembley pitch to ensure he was always in attack, in defense, and show his ability to keep the balls tight and space. But hey, he was just but a little bit floppy. He was a little bit floppy in the game in some moment, but I think generally he was just absolutely beautiful. His passes range, and what he did in the first half, lob the ball to Romelu Lukaku, took the leadership role in the pitch, was just amazing for me. And hey, I'm giving him 7 out of 10. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section and let me know what you probably think about him. And now let's get to Mason Mount. Guys, Mason Mount is someone like probably, I don't know, yesterday probably he did massive well. Mason Mount is one of our best players, yes, but I'm going to beg the community, no matter what it is, Mason Mount is a brilliant player. He is a massive. We cannot just afford to lose him in our field of play. But Mason Mount, I don't think he's a typical penalty taker. Believe it or not. I don't think Mason Mount is a typical penalty taker. Go check. If you think I'm not telling the truth, go check his previous penalties and how he's taking it. It's always possibility. And if goalkeepers are able to, even though he scores sometimes, I'm not saying this because of the yesterday or Saturday miss of the penalty. No, when he's taking, just watch the way he takes penalties. I don't think he's typical a penalty taker, and we need to just go on to make it a massive deal for ourselves, and we need to be fair with ourselves. He's one of the talented Chelsea play midfielders we could have, and he a youngster who has been first youngster to have scored 10 goals in Premier League. Believe me, he is just amazing. And the 23-year-old boy appeared to create every Chelsea chances in the opening period, and despite not having a great deal of the ball, showed he was ready to make an impact. But hey, the penalty bottling was something that I can't say much, but I'm giving him 6 out of 10. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section and let me know what you think about it, because it's just an amazing day and a beautiful day, and we could just be buzzing as well. And thank you very much, guys, for joining in, and let me know what you really think about this game, because it is just amazing. And Juventus game will also become your way as well, and we could just be buzzing today with 2 games as well. But let me know what you really think about Mason Mount in Saturday's game, because I'm giving him 6 out of 10 on my own opinion. I don't know how you guys are also suggestion, but hey, guess what? We are moving to no other person but Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic, guys, what do you think about his performance, Christian Pulisic? Because he really showed up in the game, but failed to utilize a lot of chances in the game. And I think Pulisic is he was part of our problems, even though they could have just scored. He could have just scored first goal self in the game in the first half. But hey, the ball just went wide, and I don't blame him. He has been amazing well, and he has been like he's so good and so good, but finishing is always the problem. Chelsea finishing is always the problem, and this guy really took the banter in himself, and he took the everything on his shoulder, and hey, consistently found himself in a position to test Allison, but really found the target. That is what I'm really talking about. He really found the target. He really found the target, and the American looked good when driving with the ball, but there were relatively few opportunities to be exploited. But hey, this is what I'm saying. Liverpool, are they too good? Are they too exceptional that no one can take them on, or what really did happen? Just because Chelsea cannot utilize their chances, they are making them too good as well. And I'm giving Christian Pulisic 6 out of 10. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section, and let me know what you really think about this game, because it is what it is, and it is absolutely what it is. And now we are moving to no other person but the striker himself, because today I'm taking it a banter on myself to just do the first 11 alone. Yes, so we are going on to, hey, no other person but the striker himself. Who is that? Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku, I expected yesterday to pull a lot of money on Saturday for Chelsea to lift this trophy, but hey, it is just returned to the same story, the same Romelu Lukaku, and we couldn't see much of him, even though he looked very strong and looked very energetic on the side of the box. But it wasn't too long into the match before Romelu Lukaku drew Thomas Tuchel's era. A handball has the ball come into him near the penalty spot didn't help the 29-year-old to do anything. It didn't just help him to do anything in the opening 20 minutes of the game. I probably thought that could have been something Lukaku should have netted, but hey, it was just the same thing. And hey, his touches was not also the first touches always the problem as well in the game. And I think that was probably he took too long in the game as well. And Chelsea, I don't actually know what really happened since Thomas Tuchel removed him out of the game, should have been another striker. And hey, Romelu Lukaku, I am giving him 5 out of 10. And guys, if you think otherwise, let me know in the comment section, because for the past 2 games before the finals, he passed by scoring 3 goals in the 2 games, but failed to net in the finals. And that is one thing that Chelsea could not afford as well. And guys, it is just amazing and absolutely amazing. And someone needs to get in there and make it a massive deal. And for Chelsea to go on and bottle this out. Liverpool is not, I don't think Liverpool are too exceptional. Just that they are very, very, very good in teamwork. They are very, very good in teamwork. And they don't bring ball back like the way Chelsea did. And that is their problem. Liverpool, when they are bringing the ball into you, they just, unless they just lose the possession or you get goal kick or corner, they don't return the ball back. And that's one thing I like about them. But Chelsea, they go small, then they are not getting any spaces back to the to defenders to start again, which is just not, doesn't make sense to me at all. It just doesn't make sense. You need to be clinical and threaten your opponent, not to allow them to rest and to relax in their own half yard. And they always find it very, very difficult to go ahead and score goals. Find it very difficult to match goals with other teams. Look at against Real Madrid and Santiago Bernabeu. Can't we perform? Can't we constantly get this kind of performance? Can't Chelsea get constantly that performance? Since then, you haven't seen Chelsea performing like the way they used to. And unless fans come out to say no, they don't believe them, that is the time they are coming out to show us that they are talented. No, Apu, let's go in there and make it a massive deal. Let's get the real players who can give us that constantly performance. Constant performance is what we are looking for, and it's what we are looking for, not just sit down there and be making like we are the master architect in the game, but yet we cannot go in to score goals for other to win trophies. 2 massive trophies lost. We went to finals, two of them against the same team, and we are making the same mistakes, guys. The same mistakes. This is unreal, and this is not just, look at the ladies. Chelsea women are actually performing better than the guys. This season, how many trophies are they having? Can the guys compare themselves to the ladies? And that's why we always say when it comes to ladies always come first, because in Chelsea, ladies are first. And that is why someone asked me yesterday that Thomas Tuchel and Emma Heyer, who will I pick? If it was you, who are you going to pick? Because Emma Heyer is constantly giving us trophies. He constantly giving Chelsea trophies, and that's what we are looking for. Not give us beautiful football. We can't get touch of trophies. We will get to finals. We will bottle it in. It doesn't make sense. And some of these players we need to get creativity in midfield, and we need to get strikers who are ready to clinically finish their chances. And every time bottling, I don't think, just among the players, mention to me which player got up to 18 goals in this season. Just mention which player, guys. It's just, I don't know, bottling. But whatever be the case, we are blues and we are blues. And hey, we stand for the color. We stand for whatever we stand for. And we are just the master architect in this game. And someone needs to go in there and be bottling it out for us. We are not going to agree that, and we are not massively going to agree that. And guys, thank you very much for joining in. This is short period of the what do you call it? This is the period of bottling for Chelsea, and I'm not sure about the what do you call it, the 2 games remaining. Whether Chelsea could be able to win everything, I'm not sure, because it is always a doubt. And Chelsea should have just utilized their chances in the league. And unfortunately, we failed to do that. And we failed to do that. And now, no trophy for us in England. We only got the Super Cup and also the what do you call the Club World Cup. Aside from that, nothing. 2 finals, we bottle it in and we bottle it in, and it doesn't look like this is what we are looking for. And guys, I'm going to leave you here because we are going to be preparing for the Juventus game. Yes, Juventus game will be coming on your way as watch along, and also Arsenal game will also be coming on, and let's see how things could be working out for sure. And thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for being part of here. And if you are new, subscribe and be part of this amazing community. Your opinions and suggestions are highly, 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 highly welcome, because this was just great and was just great performance, and we probably did what is best for the team, but hey, it wasn't enough to win. And let's see how things could change for these two sides. And if you just join, guys, let me know what you really think, and let me know your opinions and suggestions going into this game. And I'm absolutely buzzing because it is what it is, and it is absolutely what it is. And hey, let's see who could just be making it and who could just be making it too. And Chelsea is linked with 2 players, Perisic, and also there are other players, but those they have got in touch with their agents and themselves is Perisic and also Koulibaly. Let's see whether we could be able to land them to replace Alonso and also Rudiger. But whatever be the case, thank you very much and peace.